For the latest in strategic affairs, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon for updates.
Hello and welcome to the Gist on Strat News Global. I'm Surya Gangadharan. Good evening. We are looking at the Nepal election results this evening. And as those of you who have been following the news may well be aware, Sher Deuba, the incumbent Prime Minister, appears all set to return to the job given the good performance of his party, the Nepali Congress. Um, I have with me my guest, Mr. Vijay Kant Karn. He is the executive chairman of a think tank based in Kathmandu, the Center for Social Inclusion and Federalism. Mr. Karna, welcome. Glad to have you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to talk to you.
Sir, it looks like a home run for Sher Deuba. After last time's less than stellar performance, he's done very well this time.
Yes. He has done very good, and the leader who has never defeated in any parliamentary or the constituent election. This is 7th time he has been elected. But this time, he has a challenge of a very young guy who is 32 years old, Oxford educated, and not from his constituencies. He is from other districts, which is Gorkha, the Dr. Baburam Bhattarai districts. He went 6 months earlier to his constituency and managed to get more than 13,000 votes. It's very unusual in Nepali politics, but he managed. The guy who went to welcome Sher Deuba called him as a grandfather and asked him to retire from politics and getting supports. Yeah, he called him Sher Deuba as a grandfather because Sher Deuba is more than 77 years of old. Yeah. And he asked him to take rest. You have done a lot. So now it's time to take rest. But then the young guy who is Oxford educated, he went there. In 6 months, he managed 13,000 votes.
Who's this young man?
I have to look at the name, but he is just a minute, I will tell you the name.
Is he a member of the Nepali Congress?
No. He's an independent candidate.
I see.
His name is Sagar Dhakal, and he did his master and PhD from the Oxford University. And the guy declared that he's going to but managing in another districts against the sitting prime minister, who has been prime minister and home minister since 35 years in the Nepali politics and senior most leader of this country. And a young guy from the Oxford directly went to his constituency and challenged him, calling him as a grandfather, went to welcome him at his airport with garlands. He went to welcome, asking him to take rest. And the guy managed second competitor with him is the second vote. He managed at 13,000 votes without any resource, without anything.
Is this election, sir, a watershed in that sense? A lot of younger people have come up.
Yes, this is the first election where the younger people, highly educated people educated in USA, UK, and many foreign countries, and many experts, engineers, doctors. In my constituency where I live, there is a doctor who is going to win. She's a young lady, young doctor, I think around 30 to 32 years of the old. So she's a medical doctor, member of Nepal Medical Council, and she's winning the election. So it's a more younger people attracted to politics.
Mm-hmm.
this time.
But are there enough
This
of them, sir, to make a difference in Parliament?
no, that's a big thing that the number game, although they can make the differences because that the tough competition between the both the blocks, both
Mm-hmm.
the alliances. So differences is very less. So
Mm-hmm.
the formation of the government, I don't think that the this coalition managed. It depends on maybe day after tomorrow. It is very clear, but at the moment, it looks like that the no alliance is going to get majority, 138 magic number.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big difficulties for other parties because that the Maoist as a Nepali Congress coalition partner couldn't do better. They have been
I see.
reduced. They are reduced. Their number is almost there. They have secured already four victory and 13 or 14 seats. They are in the leading. So it's a big challenge for them. So that is why earlier they managed 63 seats in the house. But
Yeah.
at this moment, I think that they couldn't manage more than 30-35 seats.
Mm-hmm.
All these
So,
proportional and both.
uh-huh.
So
So tell
it's a
me,
difficult.
Mr. Prachand is an alliance with Sher Bahadur Deuba.
Yes.
And when I was there in Kathmandu, there were all these reports about an understanding between them that Prachand will become prime minister. How do you see this scenario playing out?
No, I don't think that the Prachand would claim the as a prime minister because his party position at the moment cannot. Although in Nepali politics anything can happen,
Yeah.
but this time he couldn't claim because his performance is very less than he is expecting. So
Mhm.
that's why I don't think if this coalition will get majority, then I think the leaders from the Nepali Congress only can lead the country.
So
There
it
is
will
no
be
chance
Deuba
of other
again.
party. Yeah.
So in
So
this
it depends on
situation,
the, one thing that the if the prime minister, Oli can offer him, then only it is possible. And
Mhm.
I don't think the Oli will offer him as the prime minister. Why Oli offer?
Yeah, yeah. But do you think that China, which has been involved in efforts to bring all the communist parties on one platform, now that Oli has demonstrated that he has, done better than Prachand, do you expect China to intensify efforts to unify all the communists and destabilize the Dyoba alliance?
Look, since 2015 onwards, in Nepalese politics, China became a major stake. And China has been working very hardly to manage the unification alliance of the all communist parties, which they have managed successfully in 2017. But unfortunately, it couldn't work out. So this time, since when Wang Wei in March he visited, and then there is another gentleman who was the chief of international relations department, then the speaker of the People's Congress was here, and then there is another gentleman recently was in Kathmandu. So everybody tried to manage again coalition alliances between two political forces, and it was yet not success. But post-election scenario, uh, you are right that the Chinese will again try, and they have been trying seriously from the long time after the collapse of the Oli government. They have been keep trying to bring both the leaders and party together. So they will certainly uh, make the effort.
But would you say Prachand's chances of becoming prime minister are now finished?
I don't think there is a very slim chances that he became the prime minister. I don't think there is any chance, in normal chance. If there is anything, something happened, I don't know. But if in the normal condition at this moment, I don't think that there is any hope Prachanda to be the prime minister.
Tell me, I mean, I'm sitting here in Delhi. What is the sense in Kathmandu about how this result would be seen in Delhi? What is your sense of how Delhi sees this election result?
Look, Delhi has to accept this election since India is a democratic country and the people verdict. And I think that the Nepali Congress, a democratic party, has led the largest party in the country. So Delhi government and people should accept this verdict, and Delhi has to try because that the Nepal is since 4 5 years Nepal is in a very geopolitical dilemma. Chinese and Americans are fighting in Nepal on MCC, sometimes on BRI, and many issues that and different issues. So Delhi has, because of the India has a very good relations with the different level culturally, socially, politically, and economically. So Delhi has to come forward to help Nepalese people and the government. So this is the time that and you accept the verdict as it is. And it's important that the this coalition, the present coalition, can run the next government. It's in the interest of the people as well as interest of the other our neighboring countries, not with India. I can say with the China and the America, everyone, because that it's the people verdict. And at the moment, coalition, the Sher Bahadur Deuba and NC-led coalition is in the not in majority, but they have secured higher vote.
Yeah.
So that's why it depends on that. But another important issues that the coming up is uh, the independents, the independent candidates. This time, I think so 7 to 8 independents will be winning the election. And then independent party, we have a new party which secured a very good votes. Almost, I think that they will come with the six minimum 7 seats in the parliament.
Mhm.
And if the proportional can be counted, they will win the 12, 13 seats. So they became the fourth largest party in the parliament. In that case,
You're you're
I'm
referring to the
talking about
Swatanta
this
Party?
Ravi Lami Chhane party.
Mhm.
These journalists became turned politicians. And another important issue that the India has to take care of that one that the corruption in Nepal. It's a big corruption. And these all independents fought election against corruption. They blamed all sitting ruling parties or opposition. You are corrupt. And the second notion was that when you was here, that you are old enough. Take rest. That was the slogan. You remember, no, not again. There was a
Yeah,
campaign in
absolutely.
Nepal. Yeah, you have seen it.
Yeah.
So it's a message for the uh, Khadak Prasad Oli, message for the Madam Nepal, message for Prachanda ji, Sher Bahadur Deuba ji, and Ramchandra Paudel ji, and all these top leaders who are more than 70 years of the old. But they
Mhm.
are yet not tired. They wanted to be the again and again wanted to be the prime minister, and but their delivery is very poor.
Yeah.
In that case, India has to keep the eye on it. And I can say that it's a people's verdict. So in a democratic countries, you have to accept the verdict of the people.
Mhm. Mhm. Tell
The
me,
only thing that the when the Chinese are trying to actually very much involved in Nepali politics, that's a big challenge for Nepal. That Nepal at the time may Nepal needs the international support on that issue because Chinese are trying to play a vital role in domestic politics of Nepal, which creating there is more space in Nepal's foreign policy issues, Nepal's presence in international arena, Nepal's behavior with the other countries. So during the Oli government, we have been part of Venezuela, North Korea, Pakistan. We have been voting all this in the UN Human Rights Council.
Yeah.
So on Hong Kong, we made a statement against the democratic movement, which was very unusual for Nepal,
Yeah.
but we did it. So that's why, in that case, Nepal needs to be carefully international supports in that case. This time also, the Chinese Vice Minister came Nepal without the consent of Nepal government.
I
And
see.
the Nepal government refused to give him any treatment. Our foreign ministry asked them, please don't come. This is the election time. We couldn't manage to meet you. Officially, nobody met him. But they said that he left Kathmandu just 2 days before the election. And that was very unusual by a neighboring country.
Sorry. What were they doing there?
No, he has been
What were the Chinese
roaming,
doing in
visiting,
Nepal?
meeting people. Uh, that's all. But
Do the
but
Chinese are able to influence because of money power? Do they have a hold over the communist parties because of their
look,
money power?
no, no, China has access to Nepal democracy, domestic politics because of the communist parties.
Mhm.
Money is the secondary thing. Money everywhere,
I
but
see.
money is a secondary thing. It is because that there are two things that the in the Nepalese. One is the Chinese dream of development. That has been very badly, I can say, that the marketed in Nepalese political domestic politics. And the second thing that is the Nepal left political parties, who has been directly, indirectly, they have been linked with the Chinese Communist Party. They have agreement with them to training, ideological collaborations, exchange of the leaders, training in Beijing, training in Kathmandu. So it's a very close cooperation with the UML and Maoist Party. So that is why they have been able to play the role in Nepal. And keep in
Do you
mind
see the
that
US as a do you see the US as a major player in Nepal?
I don't think so that the US has been a major. Oh yes, US is a here. US is a player here in Nepal, but not a major player. It's not a major player. They are. I don't find that they are interfering in much in our domestic politics. And but if you see the from 2008 to till now, the voting percentage of the left political parties is more than 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So more than 55% of the votes is one not one election, but this is the fourth election of 2008, 2013, 2017, and 2022. So all these elections, they managed almost more than 50% of the votes, which is a largest vote,
Yeah.
and that influenced the party. And in that indoctrination, Communist Party taught their cadres and leaders India is expansionist power and America is USA is a imperialist power. That is what in your country also the Communist Party used to tell.
Yeah.
And the China is a brother, China is a friendly country. This is the narrative created by the left political parties and royalists, those who are follow the king's party or king's follower.
Yeah.
And during whole Panchayat time, this narrative has been propagated in Nepal, in our schools, and that's the impact of this. So that is why. But USA is here. USA influence us in some of the issues, but not in that way. I don't find it.
So now
Even in
where do we go
India,
from
if
here?
you have to, I have to say India. I look at the India. India's behavior. I don't find that from 2016-17 onwards, I don't find Indian ambassador or Indian government playing crusading or doing anything. That is, they are very much in a very good effort of helping development process, not interfering in the political domestic politics. So this is the way you have to behave. That one way. India has been earlier criticized for playing a role in domestic politics,
Yeah.
but since I can say since 16 to now, I couldn't find any role the India is playing in our internal affairs of the countries.
But
And
you were
even this
saying that,
election, nobody
sir, you were
blamed
telling me,
India.
yeah, sir,
India blamed
just one
India.
question.
Yeah, please.
Just one question.
Yeah,
You were
please.
telling me that over 50% of the people vote for communist parties. So, what
Yes.
has happened this time? Is the communist vote turning away from the communist parties? Has it gone somewhere else?
No, actually, the divided. It is divided in three political parties.
I
And you
see.
can say small parties, other small parties also. It is divided with the UML and then Maoist and then Communist Party Socialist.
I
So
see.
the three political parties. In 2017, it was in one place, although they have fought election in two parties, but they have a
Yeah.
coalition agreement and easily transferred the vote to each other's party. And
Okay.
later, in 2018, they merged the party. They merged the party. So that became a single party. But after that, it broke in three groups, has been coming out. It's led by Madhav Nepalji, another led by Prachandji, Maoist. So that's why, but the political demography in Nepal is still, I have checked with that, if you see the voting percentage together, this is not right time. It needs minimum 3 days more. It's again 50%.
I see.
Again 50%.
I see. So, what is the message that the young people of Nepal are sending through this election result?
There is one message that the corruption is a big issue, and the second message is that uh, those who are young people, they couldn't find any place in the established political parties,
Hmm.
and their doors are closed, actually sealed. Actually, they couldn't allow the new breed of the people to enter the political parties, and the new breed of those who are interested in politics, you cannot make them the slave. They are conscious citizen. I was
Yeah.
talking about the Sagar Dhakal who has been Oxford educated. How can he be just a Jhadu Lagao party in that and following the order of the leaders only? So they wanted a vibrant political parties where they can air their views. So, and that's the second message. Third message for the Prachanda. He has been since 2006 to till date. He is a power player. So people rejected his behavior. People rejected him and his party because of their behavior with sometimes with the Oliji, sometimes with the Sher
Yeah.
Bahadurji, and then you have changing their stance. Sometimes you close to China, sometimes you try to make closer to the India, sometimes. So this behavior has making him a stable leader and less trustworthy with the common people. So that's why in each and every election, his number is getting down and down. So it's a very right time for him to check with the parties, policies, programs, behavior, and everything, and
Maybe
coalition.
you should just retire.
Yeah, yeah. Third is this one, and the fourth one is that this is what I found that Nepali Congress. as a democratic party, they could have done better than this time. But they couldn't manage actually whole party machinery in one go. Their internal fighting for tickets and all. And there are some of the very prominent people who couldn't get ticket.
Mhm.
So that's why Nepali Congress get, I think, the more 10 more seats I was expecting. If they
Yeah.
could distributed the tickets to the genuine candidates and not favoring to Deuba group or the Koirala group.
Mhm.
So in that connection, Nepali Congress has got another test because the Nepali Congress managing less than 100 seats. It's a big challenge for them
Mhm. So, last
because
question,
this
sir.
time they managed Nepali Congress managed Prachanda in their side.
Yeah.
When Prachand was in other side, the Oli managed almost two-third majority.
Yeah. Mhm.
But why Sher Bahadurji couldn't manage this time?
Mhm.
That's the question arises. It's a hard time for them to even go for a magic number 138 for the simple majority.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
please.
last question. Do you see a move now within the Nepali Congress or even other political parties for a generational change for younger
No,
people to come up?
no, they can challenge. Sir Gagan Thapa, General Secretary of the party, said that he will contest for the parliamentary party leaders and for PM post.
I see.
He said during his campaign. And another general secretary who also won the election, he said he also endorsed the Gagan Thapa. But the question is the
Mhm.
number in the parliamentary party who are winning. It needs Gagan needs support from Sher Bahadur, Dr. Shekhar Koirala and all. And if they could not, then it's very difficult for Gagan to claim on that post. Although
I-
Gagan keep fighting, Gagan keeps fighting since a long time,
Hmm.
and he's winning in that way in party. So it's a very good that he challenged the Sher Bahadur
Yeah.
that I'm coming for the prime minister. Get ready to contest with me. It's a good, but I don't think that there is any chances at the moment of any generational change
Which is
because
amazing because Nepal is
Sher
such a young
Bahadur,
country.
Prachand ji, and Khadak Prasad Oli ji all are not ready to retire. They are still in the game. So that's why.
Yeah.
Very interestingly, they have made a policy that over 70 years cannot be the party position they took retire advisory role.
I
Everybody
see.
changed again the policy. In the constitution of the party, UML said that's more than 70 years. In that coast, so many leaders only retired. Asked them to retire. But
Not him.
when his turn came, he changed the rules.
I
Same
see.
with the Sher Bahadur. So it's the leaders are not ready to compromise. This is the biggest problem in our region. Actually, I can say that India,
Yeah. Yeah.
Nepal, everywhere.
So, we are at the end of our time. Fascinating talking to you and
Yeah.
great insight into the Nepal election results. Thank you very much, sir, and
Thank
glad
you
to
very
have you on
much.
this show.
Thank you, Gangadharanji, to speaking with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Yeah. Bye.
And that's all we have now for this edition of The Gist. Do follow us on our social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you and good night.